Okay. All right. So this is going to be about collections. So I talked about collections a little bit in the previous two videos. You would know if they were previous if you hadn't watched them, but whatever. Um, I touched on them in there, but basically, this is just about collections themselves. A collection is basically just a group of items. So if you look at collections, so for my user, I went through, I can click over here, click on my collections, or I can go to browse and click browse collections. Um, I have a master collection, and then so that SquidgeWorld imported collection, that was the master, that's the parent collection. And then underneath that, I have two different collections. I have one, which is the Pages Wonderful World of Make-Believe import. So every single story that was added to the archive from the Wonderful World of Make-Believe when it was imported was added to this collection. This collection is closed because I don't want anybody adding to it because the import is done. We went live, a month ago or so, and there's no reason for anybody to try and add anything to this because everything has been imported. Um, there are, as you can see, there are 34,322 stories in there. And then I created another collection called the New Works for SquidgeWorld, and that's that this is a sub collection, and this collection is just I'm adding. Sorry, the dog is cleaning himself. I'm adding. I added this collection here so that people can add new items to SquidgeWorld and add it to this collection, because I'm trying to encourage people to, take that stuff that's on your hard drive that you haven't archived yet, and get it imported into the, to the archive, because sharing your stuff is important. So anyway, a collection is just that. This isn't going to deal with any gift exchange or prompt meme. This is strictly for a collection. So there's a lot of reasons to create collections. Say you wrote, I have original fiction that I have written. I've published a couple of books, and those couple of, I actually had someone who read those books, and actually someone wrote fan fiction about those books. So I could go through and create a collection, and that collection could include, my two original works. And then I could also, that fan fiction that was written for my original works, I could add that into my collection as well, so that everything related to those works was in one place or in one collection. That's basically what a collection is. In my other examples, I said, maybe you were in charge of a fanzine that published last year, and you want to take those, paper versions of those stories and put them electronic in one place. You can create a collection called, my 2019 fanzine, and put all the stories that were in the paper fanzine into one collection, so that you're like, oh, we ran out, we're not printing anymore, but if you want to read it, here you go. And you hand somebody the URL to the collection that you created, and that is your collection of stories. You'll see this a lot with like gift exchanges, of course. You want to go through and read every single story that's in the 2020 Due South Secret Santa gift exchange, or the 2020 Stargate Atlantis gift exchange. We have all these items collected into a single collection for a reason, and that's because having collections is good, so that you can have a one URL that contains everything that you want to share, you want to group together for whatever reason. So all right, so now we're going to go through and we're going to create a new collection. All right, so browse collections, and I'm going to say new collection. So like I said, this is not going to do anything with challenges or anything. This is just going to be a collection that I want, maybe for the first 10 stories that were ever on the womb, I can, maybe find that. It doesn't matter. Whatever, I want to create a new collection. So this information here only registers users who can post, so you don't have to worry about spam. So yeah, you have to be a member of SquidgeWorld in order to actually post to the collection. If you're worried about spam, yeah, you can leave your collection unmoderated. Therefore, anybody can add anything to it. But it's not a necessity. You can moderate things as you wish. It also talks about having parent and child collections. So as I mentioned before, I have a parent collection that holds all of my collections, and I have that out there. And so any collection that I would create, I can create by itself, or I can create something that is part of a collection, that I want grouped under all of my collections in one place. So however you want to do it is right for you. They use the example here. This is from the AO3 code itself. SGA FlashFic used to be a weekly prompt community. So what they did was they created one master collection, and then of course the dog gets his noisy toy. And then under that collection, you create a weekly FlashFic collection, and people can add to those weekly things, so that you can at some point just tell someone, here, go and look at the SGA FlashFic collection, and it contains all of the collections for every single weekly challenge. All right. So that's a little bit about collections themselves. So, but like I said, this is going to be not for gift exchange or prompt meme. This is just having a collection, because I want to have a collection of, like I said, 10 random stories. All right. So owner sued. So we're going to say it's owned by me. That's fine. All your pseudonyms that exist on your profile will live here. Collection name. So we're going to call it Walter's collection. That's fine. Letters and numbers and underscores, no spaces for the collection name. That's the short name. This is the display name. So this is Walter's personal collection of stuff. Parent collection. So a lot of the times you're going to leave this blank. If you want to, you can actually, choose to do this. So SquidgeWorld Import Master. So that's what I called it. So parent. Anyway, bing, 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 bing. So we'll just say that's the master of this. And the collection email. So if you're running this by yourself, you can put your email address. If this is more of a gift exchange or something, which is covered in another video, you can use the collection email, whatever email address that you want to use, where the system can send you an email. That's what you want to use. So I'm just going to use my email here. Custom header. So if you look at different sites that have Popkin. So if I look at my friend Popkin's website, see, she has a custom header here. And this custom header, if I had whatever this is, I can actually take this image and I could post it as my collection custom URL. And it would, since it's a JPEG or PNG, whatever it is, it would show up whenever you go to that collection. Icon. So this is the same as an icon in your profile. You put an icon in there, you select an icon, put in the alt text for someone who's visually impaired, put in the icon, comment text, whatever. Okay. So that works as is. My suggestion is always create your collection first and then add the icon afterward, just because I think it works better that way. That's just me. Okay, brief description. This is a collection of stories that Walter wanted. All right, that's my description of it. Description, this collection is moderated. Okay, so because I want to choose things myself, I'm choosing it to be moderated so that if anybody did try to do anything, add something to it, they wouldn't be able to. Out of the box, they could find it, but they wouldn't be able to. They could add something to the collection, but um, the collection itself would, kind of put a pause on it, and it would make me approve it first. So if I'm creating something and only I will be the person who is adding items to the collection, I would actually make it moderated and closed. If I make it closed, then if I'm not mistaken, this should say, once a collection is closed, no works or bookmarks can be added to it except by maintainers, owners, and moderators. So what this means is if I want to have this collection and I want to be able to add things to it, I don't want anybody else to do it, then I'm going to say collection is closed. If I want other people to be able to add things to it, but I want to approve it first, then the collection is moderated, can be checked. If I have a collection and you want people to add, you just create a collection called list your favorite funny stories, and you don't care who adds to it. You can leave it open and non-moderated, and people can find a story and add it to your collection if you want. So you can do that. Unrevealed and anonymous, you don't need to worry about these for your collection because these are more for gift exchanges. Show random works on the front page. I actually like this checked because as is, the system will show the most recent 5 stories or 10 stories, whatever it is, on the front page of the collection. If I click that checkbox, then that means if my collection has 25 stories in it, then each time you go to it, it'll show a different 5 stories on the front page of the collection. And there's the puppy. Give me a couple more minutes, little one. All right, send a message to the collection email when a work is added. If this collection is moderated and closed, you don't have to worry about this. But if it's moderated, if it's moderated and open, or if it's open and unmoderated, whatever happens, it'll send when anybody adds anything to it, to this collection, it'll send you an email at this email address saying, hey, something has been added to your collection. We're not going to check this type of challenge, if any. We're going to leave this blank, and that is because we're not doing a challenge here. We're just solely creating works, creating a collection. So this is not anything else. If I'm doing a collection, the following items are basically items that you would fill out as needed. So introduction. So this is a collection of stories that Walter wants. Okay. FAQ. We don't need to worry about a FAQ because it's not important. If we would leave this open and moderated or closed and moderated, we can say only the maintainer, Walter, can add stories to this. All right, to this collection. Rules, don't have to worry about it because this is not a gift exchange. Assignment notification, these two are for gift exchanges only. You don't have to worry about either of these. So once you've done that, you've created this page and you click submit, then here it is. So it's created my collection. All right. So now what I want to do, I could actually go through and I could take one of my stories that I have. So I created a story here yesterday. I can edit the tags and I can say, oh, why did I edit tags? I meant to say edit work. Edit. And I could scroll down here So that's posted to that collection, but I can also say, Walter, new works, SquidgeWorld. Oh, you know what? It's because I closed it. I'm not able to add it after the fact. So, all right, let's do that. Bum bum bum. Closed. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. Where's my collection? Oh, it's under here. And it's under here. This is Walter's personal collection. Interesting. Post to collection. So I can add a work here to this collection. It's automatically added to Walter's collection. Otherwise, I'm not able to add things on my own. So let's change this really quick. Profile. Collection settings. There we go. So now if I go back to my story and I say edit, now I can say, well, anyway, my collection should be available here, and I should be able to add in a new collection if I wanted to. I would be able to add to the collection as I wanted. And that's how you go through and you can add items to your collections themselves. So that's how a collection works. You normally would just go through and have something available to it. Walt's personal open, moderated. I don't know why it's not working, but it should be working. So if I go through and if I was to post a new work, then I could go through and say that it's post to Walter's collection, and it should go through. I think it's because I had it closed. So whatever the case, when you have a collection available, you should be able to take that short name, put it in here, or type out the long name, and it'll pop up. The system may be just generating some stuff behind the scenes, and it'll be available shortly. But anyway, that's just about it. If you have questions about collections, do not hesitate to contact me, and I will help you out with whatever you need. Thank you.